What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another review. Today we are reviewing Mario Golf Super Rush for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is my first ever Switch game, and with that, apparently if you lick the back of these cartridges, there's a nice taste on the back. So I'm going to be doing that. As always, if you like the review, please go ahead, leave a like, leave your thoughts on the game down in the comments below as well. But let's get into it. Ooh, wow. Oh, that stays. So what is this game? It's good where it could be great. It's entertaining when it could be exceptionally fun. This notion carries on throughout the entire game, and I couldn't help shake the feeling that although I'm having fun, it could be so much more. Let me explain. So what you want to do when you first open the game is jump into adventure mode. This mode offers some very watered down RPG elements which are interesting, where you essentially start your golfing career. Through your play, you'll be able to level up things such as speed, stamina, power, your spin, etc., which will improve your performance on the course. If you can complete the allocated tasks in each course, you will level up, you'll get new gear, new equipment, and eventually be able to open up the next area on the map. The new map areas will also unlock new courses for your online play too, so there is your incentive and interest to do the adventure mode. In each new area, you're able to walk around in the different hub worlds, talk to NPCs where they give you fairly simple dialogue, and you're able to visit the shops to buy upgrades regarding your gear and your clothing, and you can also register for the next golf tournament. Please do visit the shops. I don't know if it's just me being a fucking smooth brain, but I can't recall the game actually giving you a prompt to visit the shops. So there are shops in each hub world. Please go buy some of these items from the shops. They are extremely helpful and will actually greatly assist in your progression in the game. Now, the reason why I said that you should be doing this adventure mode first is because for me, this mode felt like a giant tutorial mode. And I couldn't help shake the feeling that this game knew this as well. Its only real purpose is to truly teach the player how to play when they inevitably spend majority of their time in the online components. Now, you can play this game using motion controls, however, if you are after precision, I would suggest that you go for the standard controller option. It feels more precise and you're able to control your power outage a lot better. The adventure mode only lasts about 6 to 10 hours, and by hour 2 or 3, I was still being told about certain game mechanics. I thought the first area was going to be the tutorial, and second area onwards were just going to be me progressing through my career. However, by the second area, I was still being told about mechanics that are so easy to grasp. It became an annoyance, and it really felt like the game just didn't respect the player's intelligence. Because adventure mode felt so slow, I did jump into the online mode just to change it up a little bit. And in the online mode, it does a much better job at letting you explore the controls and just gives you simple button prompts in the menus as you load into your game. This tells you how to do things like special shots, special moves, curveballs, or spinning your balls, whatever. The adventure mode forces you to play hours of courses just to be told the exact same thing as to what's in these menu prompts. Now, the adventure mode is good for refining some of your skills, but a simple tutorial page or a simple tutorial course would have been more than enough to teach players how to play the game. When I jumped back into adventure mode after coming from the online mode, I already knew how to do most of the special shots and special moves because they're just there in online mode. However, I was then forced to still play through this adventure mode just to try to unlock these moves that I've already used online. It made the game feel very laborious and tedious to try to get through this slow adventure mode. I would have much preferred the adventure mode be more set in the setting of a Mario game where you can see the outline of a map and make your way through each world level by level, or in this case, course by course. You can play your way through a variety of different courses and then eventually come across a boss, and to unlock that boss as a playable character, you need to beat them on their home turf. I feel like incorporating something like this into the adventure mode over what we got would provide for a much larger incentive for players to actually stick with the adventure mode rather than just being forced to play to unlock the 6 available map areas. Now each new map and area introduces you to new mechanics and new enemies and new obstacles which can diversify each course. And it can also increase the level of strategy and difficulty in each hole. Mix that with some of the online play where you're also looking out for other people trying to attack you or using their special moves, it can create a very fun level of chaos and creates a lot of mayhem in the online play. Now sadly, all 16 playable characters are unlocked from the very start of your play. There is no need to work for them at all. One good thing about this adventure mode, however, is that you can take your Mii into the online mode, which gives you a character that you're already familiar with to take and tee off against players all around the world. For my personal taste, I did enjoy playing as other Nintendo characters more because their animations with their special moves and special dashes were a lot more entertaining than what you get with the Mii. Speaking of the visuals, this game offers a solid 60 FPS with bright and colourful environments. I saw myself constantly picking new characters just to see what their special shots and unique animations looked like, which was a lot of fun. It's not the most visually intense game, but what is here works well for the type of game that it is. Now there are a bunch of other modes that are available to you, such as the standard golf, which, by the name, is just a normal game of golf. Lowest amount of strokes wins, and this is good if you just want to refine your skills or just have a casual hit around a course. There's also speed golf, which sees you running after your ball after every time you've hit it. In this mode, characters are also given the special shots and the special dashes like I said before, and these shots or dashes provide a nice element of strategy and chaos and actually make your character selection more meaningful. Take for example, Bowser Jr. His special shot puts up a cloak of fog around where the balls land. Now I did this when the ball was going to land around the vicinity of the flag. This meant that the flag marker was actually removed for everyone else, which means that they weren't able to gauge how far away their ball was from the actual flag marker. It resulted in them having more strokes to get their ball into the hole, which means that they did worse off in that round. There is a lot of fun to be had in this mode, especially with experimenting with different characters, checking their stats, and for me, I just like to see what kind of animations they had when they did their special shots. When everyone is running after their ball, using their special shots and dashes, it provides a nice level of chaos as I said before, and as a result, a good amount of fun. Speed golf, especially in the online mode, is the highlight of the game, and it is where you will be spending most of your time. The last mode for me is Battle Golf, and for me, this one was one of the weaker modes. Instead of being something new and interesting, it's basically just speed golf with multiple holes in one arena. The idea is that in this arena there are 9 holes. You need to get your ball into as many holes first. The person who claims the most holes wins. You tee off, you run after your ball, and you keep going until you claim a hole. This, to me, felt exactly like speed golf. The only difference is that instead of having 1 hole at the end, you have 9 holes around you. You're still obviously hitting off from the tee, you're still running after your ball, and you still have that speed element. It's basically speed golf just with more holes in one arena. Speaking of the arenas, at the time of this review, there are only 2 arenas, so players will get bored of this arena or battle golf mode very, very quickly. Like I said before, majority of the fun comes from the online play. The modes available to you in the online play are the modes that we discussed before, the standard golf, the speed golf, and the battle golf. For the most part, the online play worked really well and there wasn't really any lag apart from 1 to 2 games where there was slight stuttering. However, apart from that, it ran fairly smooth. There was nothing game breaking or enough for me to want to close the game. I did have an issue when I was inviting a player. So you can only have 3 people play against you in the online mode or a maximum of 4 people per course. I wanted to invite a friend, however I wanted to keep the room open for 2 other randoms to come in and fill those other 2 slots. So I sent my invite to a friend, and then when I went back into the room was already filled up with 3 randoms, and my friend couldn't get in. The game doesn't block out a space when you invite someone to your room, so I would suggest an improvement is if you're going to invite a friend, block out however many friend slots that you invited for 60 seconds before you allow randoms to fill in the room. The solution was for me to disband this room, abandon it, start a new one, and hope that my friend accepted it in the right amount of time before randoms started filling in the room. Now with these 16 playable characters, they all have their own pros and cons. Some are more powerful, however have lower speed and stamina, so they'll be a poor choice in the speed run. You as a player need to find that balance and figure out what works best for you and your playstyle. All players are available from the start, as I said at the start of the review, so you won't need to worry about grinding through the single player mode to unlock the better characters, which I feel is a detriment to the game. So that's the review, guys. Is this game fun? Is it worth buying? I did have fun in the game, however it's not something that I'm eager to get back into playing like I am with Mario Kart. The battle mode is a complete letdown and there's no variety, and I got bored of it very quickly. The adventure mode feels more like a chore to get through rather than it being enjoyable, and I felt forced to play it only to unlock the new courses for the online mode where all the fun is. So I kind of feel like I'm at gunpoint being forced to play the adventure mode so I can completely and fully enjoy the online portion of the game. Now whether you should pick this up or not, I would suggest that you either wait for a sale, or if you're an absolute golfing enthusiast, pick it up, you will like it. This game isn't going to have the same legs as, let's say, something like Mario Kart. You'll probably pick up the game, go into the adventure mode for the 6 to 10 hours it takes to complete that. You'll go online for a few rounds, and then you'll most likely go back to whatever game you were playing before this. It's not something that has held my attention, and as each day passes and new games come in for my Switch, my motivation to play this game just dwindles. Again, if it's cheap, I say get it. However, this is a game that you can afford to miss out on. But guys, that's the review. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the review, please leave a like on the video and let me know your thoughts of Mario Golf in the comments below. I'm interested to see what your thoughts are and if they differ from mine. As always, if you like this kind of content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It very much helps out. And that's it for today. I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.